first question is this. Do you consider your predominant behavior style in the way you show up, would you call the way you show up to be more formal? Now let me explain. We're not talking about clothes. We're talking about, this would be a little bit more structured, right? The way I see things, structure, organization, things have a place, a little bit more reason, logic, not so much emotional, right? So formal in structure, right? Not in clothing. Like tonight when I go run, I'm not going to run in a suit, right? I'm going to take off the suit and put on different clothes. So it's not that. But do you consider yourself to be more formal, or would you go more the other way, which is something just called informal, which is not negative at all. They're both very powerful. There's never a wrong in this class. So informal would be a little bit more fluid, a little bit more, things don't have to be rigid, things don't have to be solid. I'm a little bit more bendy, a little bit, just a little bit more that way. So, and you might be all the way up here, you might be here, you might think you're somewhere around the middle, you might be really informal, and that's fine. But pick which one you think you are most, okay? Now let's go to the other side and look at, do you consider your proper behavior style to be dominant? Dominant meaning more leadership. Someone who's going to come out and say, this is where we're going, this is what's happening, right? Vision, leadership. I'm running the house, I'm running the business, I run everything. That'd be pretty dominant. Or, would you consider yourself to be more on the other side, and of course not all the way over there, but this would be a flow with, more easygoing. Not necessarily the one who's going to stand up and declare what's going to happen, and that driver. This is more of, hey, I like that. I like where we're going. Yeah, let's go. Right? A lot of power over here. Please hear that. A lot of power here. Obviously, a price we pay for all of them, but there's strengths in both of these. Okay? So just see which one you lean more toward. Okay? Now, if you think you're right here, I'll tell you which one you are. It's really safe to go, I'm all of them. It's very comfortable and safe to never have to look at yourself. So if you do that, I tell you which group you're from. Okay. So what we'll do in the class is then we'll break up the room just like this easel thing. So if we're doing the class right now, I'd say, okay, everybody who picked formal and dominant go to that part of the room. So they would go over here. And then formal flow with, they go over there, so on and so forth. And then what we'll do is I'll give you 7 questions to answer. 7 simple questions. Like, what are your strengths? Like, what are you really good at? And the group will talk and come up with what are our biggest strengths? What are our greatest strengths? Are you task or are you relationship oriented? So the group will talk about that. They'll vote, figure out which one they are more. Right? What do you really like in life? Like, one of the things I like to do besides what my profession is I like to race motorcycles. I like to ride motorcycles and ride them very, very fast. That's just something I like to do. So we would all get together and then come up with, for our group, what are our biggest likes, right? What do you tend to save? I think an interesting question. What each group saves. And it's not maybe what you think. It's so fun to do it. Last question would be, what do you need to learn to be more effective? And to hear that from every group. So then they'll answer the questions, give 15 minutes to answer questions, and then we'll just listen to 4 different behavior styles answer the same exact question. It is hysterical what you hear. And for an hour and a half, you'll be like, no wonder it didn't work. No wonder it's working. Right, whatever.